stock tip. Best stock setups.
Hi and welcome back to a new episode of Stock Tip Daily Update with me, Marcel Todia. Today the markets were again undecided, so we see a lot of undecisiveness in the markets. We still haven't broken out, we still haven't broken down, so we are just hovering on the same spot for 2 or 3 days now, and this is the moment where most of us get burned, because this is the moment where we keep getting false signals and we keep going long or going short, and then we end up getting closed again and again. And this is the point where you pretty much burn through your winnings from the whole recession or crash or whatever it is. This I will give you a nice example of it here in the SPY. So you see here, this is the point where we've opened. Where is it? So this is the point where we opened, we went a little up, a little down, we consolidated a bit. So this kind of looked like a bullish flag, a bull flag here. Then we went down, so we break down, then we went up again, and then we've consolidated here above this trend line, or just beneath this trend line. Then we've broken up again, and for a couple of for half an hour or so here. So for half an hour or so, it seemed like we were again about to break out and about to reach 453, namely the point where we would have a sustained rally perhaps. But the markets decided against, and a couple of minutes later, then the market crashed with a huge bang, and then in the end we've got now some reversals here just above the lowest point of the day. So the markets are very undecided. So I don't know, this is a point where I think we should maybe just keep to ourselves and keep some higher cash quotas, and try to stop investing that much. I know I also feel the same way. I've opened a couple of longs positions today, and most of them got closed. I am particularly upset about one position, and that but we'll get back to that sooner. So what is the perspective for next for tomorrow? Well, one thing is definite: if we break above 453, then I think that will be a rally. And it's starting to look like this, because if you take a closer look at it, these lines are gradually coming closer together. So if you have another day like this one, perhaps we will consolidate I will pull it out a little. So we will consolidate perhaps a couple of hours again, or 1 or 2 days like this, and then bang. And at the intersection of these lines, it just may be that we get a breakout and a sustained rally, and that would be somewhere here. So I don't know, this is only an unfortunate guess. If I did know, then I would certainly be sitting on some more profit, and I wouldn't have sustained any losses today, which I did, like perhaps most of you out there. We shall see. On the other side, if we do get a lower low, namely here, if this low gets broken down, then I think the correction is going to continue, and we are bound, perhaps not bound, but I'm pretty sure we are going to reach 426 again. But this is only if we get a lower low. Anything else, I think we would still find ourselves in a nice consolidation phase. But again, this is the phase where most of us burn our winnings, and I didn't make any exception to that rule today. I will show you why. What did euro to US dollar do? It also consolidated. So consolidated, I hoped for a fall here. I hoped for a small fall. We didn't get it, but I'm still not going to close this position until we breach 1.15. Until then, I am leaving it open and I'm hoping for the best. There's not pretty much you can do. How are the small stocks doing? The small caps, they moved a little better than the other ones today, but they still pretty much finished the day in minus. They've offered us a little outside reversal here, so no big deal. It still looks pretty much solid because we've again managed to close slightly, not close. I think this is also post-market, everything that you're seeing here, but I still think this is no big deal. So we're above the VWAP, we are above the moving averages. So pretty much like the other indexes, undecided. And perhaps we are still going to I don't know why. It just may be that we are going to touch our last support again, or we are going to break out tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. But for the time being, markets don't show any promise. Gold and silver had a positive day, but they are still pretty far away from our possible breakout point. Both gold and silver need to get above this trend line here. Until they do, I don't see any potential here. And I wouldn't just buy it when they get above this trend line. I would first buy it when they if nothing else, when they go above last week's or the week before, here above 173. They are too problematic, too hard to predict, so I would leave it a little more round just to be certain, because we've also broken out here and then we closed back down. So just for the sake of the argument, leave it a little more round. So the discussions, which hit did I take today? Here I've taken a hit in DVAC. So this title seemed pretty wild today. It was actually up 15% until half an hour ago. Yes, until about a half an hour ago, and then here, bam, my stop. So I had two positions here, a small position, and then today I've restocked here. This is the point where I restocked, and one of the stops was here, and one of the stops I've smartly enough pulled up here beneath this gap here, but this was not enough. So DVAC got destroyed here, and it's really a shame. This title has so much promise, and the reason for that is that the whole markets went down, and the DVAC went down with it. DVAC alone stands no chance. And how is this title going to develop? Well, we don't know. We don't know. This might be an outside reversal, or we might just see another positive day like we did here. So small outside reversal and then followed by a nice positive day and a confirmation. We shall have to wait and see. But I'm still pretty upset about this setup, because this was a damn good setup. And this was a damn good title with 15%. So from here at 14.5% up, or yes, 15% up. That's just a shame, and it got destroyed, and now we are minus 1%. So how do you call that in just 45 minutes? Another position I tried today was Tesla, but I got out of it pretty early. So I think I've entered this trade here, and it was about here or here where I've 33, where I've left this trade. It wasn't for me, so just a small negative. The same with Ever. I've entered the position. I think I've entered the position here somewhere, just at the opening, and then as we started coming back, this is the point where I've sold ever didn't look that good in the end. Brought also a very nice setup. Take a look in the daily chart. A monster setup started actually with a gap up, and I've bought it pre-market. I think still somewhere here, 58.5 or so. I think it was just a tick lower, and here's where I've played it smart. I've closed the position, I think here, or 61. As I've seen that the SPY was going to turn down again, and that's also the point where I've closed Tesla, the point where I've closed ever. I don't normally do that, but in such market uncertainties, so I didn't want to take any risk. So pretty much here was the point where I've closed most of them. I thought the market was going to come down. It hovered a little, then came down, then went up again, but I've already closed my positions at that point. So what else did I buy? Actually, I still bought Sting. So DVAC is gone. DVAC is not in the portfolio anymore. So I've still bought Sting. Sting was a very nice setup that I was looking forward to trading. You see here a breakout, so breakout pullback, and now another breakout, and I'm very happy with how this went. I think somewhere here is where I've bought it, with an initial stop here, and now my stop is sitting comfortably here, 14.09. So I'm not going to get it to let it go down again. Seeing how the whole markets are performing, I don't know if this cycle is going to hold, but I didn't want to miss out on this, especially on such a nice new breakout after the pullback. So a horizontal breakout with pullback, and then again another breakout. It's just something to trade, and it held. It held. How is HPE doing? So Hewlett Packard also managed to hold out. My stop is now here, just beneath Friday's candle, Friday's low. So we are still in a consolidation phase here, in a pullback phase. I did think we were going to break out again, so actually we did get a slightly higher high, or higher candle, higher high than higher daily high, and in the end, when the whole markets came crashing, so did HPE, but not quite crashing, but it moved down again. Apple was also on my list. Apple, but just like all the other stocks here, Apple didn't manage so well under pressure. It still held on pretty nicely, and we shall see if Apple is going to give us a setup the next few days. Also still surviving is my short here in the SPY, which I've opened here. I still haven't been closed. I still haven't taken any more profits, because this is not the biggest of positions. So the first profits were taken about here, and ever since we're just hovering up and down and up and down again. So nothing really happens. But I did manage to lose some money on the other trades. I hope you managed, you performed better than I did. I'm a little disappointed in myself and in how this trade or how this day ended up. We shall just wait to see what tomorrow brings, because tomorrow is a new fresh day. So if the next rally comes, if it couldn't come at a better time, because as you see here, we managed to consolidate a few days, and the higher low we've got here has still managed to resist under this pressure. So we shall see how the markets are performing further. if you do consolidate 1 or 2 more days, then I think the rally is way more probable than a continuation of the crash. Till then, we shall have to wait and see. So now we are coming to the third part of this video. How did the rest of the setups performed? I also forgot to tell you all of these setups that you see me trade today, or these are all setups from our watch lists and from the from the watch list, from the scans list from stock-tip.com, and especially all of these titles, 4 or 5 titles that I've traded today, were from the top setups watch list that is available for the subscribers of StockTip. Be sure to check it out. You've already seen these are some powerful titles here, some very nice setups with a whole lot of potential. Just maybe something you're interested in. Okay, then now to the third part of our video.